My name is Dana Arnone. Believe it or not, I once dreamed of a career in fashion journalism, but life had other plans. I became a registered nurse and eventually the owner of a home healthcare agency in Long Island, New York. Now, I'll be honest, some days are hectic and sometimes I just want to scream, but my mission and my passion is what keeps me going, helping seniors navigate the chaos of aging in today's world. Every day I see the challenges our seniors face, and it drives me to fight for change, because no one deserves to face the end of life alone. After all, sooner or later, we will all be seniors. So come join me on this journey where we tackle the tough questions, uncover the truth, and fight for the dignity, fairness, and justice for our aging community. Welcome to Senior Care Matters.
My name is Janet Salvaggio. I graduated in 2008 from Calhoun High School, which is in Merrick. I was a good student and I had a lot of friends. I played JV and varsity baseball at Calhoun on their team called the Colts. I looked forward every day for when school ended and I miss being an athlete. I was a really good catcher and goalie. I went to college at University of Massachusetts at Amherst. I played club baseball. My team went to nationals. I always focused on schoolwork, but I did enjoy myself, if you know what I mean. I went away with one person who I knew, but I was well liked, so I made a lot of friends. I struggled living on my own, but I was really mature for my age. I received my bachelor's degree in kinesiology, which is the study of the mechanics of movement. I was working toward becoming a physical therapist.
Hi, welcome to Senior Care Matters. In 2013, Alex Salvaggio's life was changed forever when he was involved in a devastating automobile accident that left him with a traumatic brain injury. But what followed is a story not only of survival, it's one of resilience, family, and unconditional love. Today we are joined by Alex's mother, Janet, who will share how this journey has impacted both of their lives, the challenges, the triumphs, and the daily realities of living with a traumatic brain injury. And through it all, Alex continues to show tremendous courage, and perhaps most importantly, he's able to remain in his home surrounded by the love and support of his family. Welcome, Janet and Alex, to the Senior Care Matters show. I have to tell you, I'm so happy to be here. I think, we've spoken about this a few different times, just showing, America, your house, and Alex, and going through like your daily routine and how things are in the house with Alex. But as I'm listening to his intro, we're going to hear about it, but I want to know as a mother, when that happened, how did you feel? I'm listening to that and thinking of myself and wondering how I would have survived that situation. So I'm just really curious, and I'm sure that there's many people that have been in the same situation. How did you get through that with him?
Thank you, Dane. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. We're very happy to share our journey and get our message out. Well, I really thought I was dreaming when I got that phone call. It's a phone call that no parent wants to get. Going to the hospital, seeing him all hooked up to machines, telling me he's not going to make it. And I would say within 3 hours, the hospital was filled with 50 of his friends. We have an amazing support. It's just something that you don't ever expect is going to happen to you. And I don't think Alex ever thought it would happen to him. And that's really why we're so happy to be here, to let people know that these things can happen to you. And one mistake, one decision will change not only your life, but everybody's lives around you.
Right. And I think what another important thing that I always like to bring, people to see that somebody that has a traumatic brain injury in the condition that Alex is in, can stay home.
Yes.
Although our show is called Senior Care Matters, we know that every life matters and everybody matters, and everybody has the opportunity and the right to be home if they want to be.
Right.
But without the family support, and you're very supportive, he wouldn't be able to be at home. So let's just talk a little bit about his journey,
Yes.
how he got here, how you got him home. So we were talking, and you were saying that he was in different rehab centers, and
Yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about that after the accident.
So when he first had his accident, and he was in the hospital, he from there went to 7 different facilities over 2 years. He didn't come home for almost 2 years. It was a very long journey of 2 years. Many nights did not think he was going to make it. He was never left alone one night in 2 years. If his father wasn't there, I was there. We took turns. and literally would sleep by his bed without showering or brushing my teeth sometimes for days. And the support of family and friends is really what enabled us to be where we are today.
And the decision to bring him home was not an easy one, I would
Well,
or maybe it was an easy
it
one.
was. We did have a choice, and when I went to certain facilities, I knew he would not last a week. It was not even a question in my mind that he had to come home and be cared for at home.
Because you're talking about a nursing home, he'd have
Correct.
to be in.
So, unfortunately, he isn't the norm kind of a situation, and these facilities, there really aren't any to accommodate someone with a traumatic brain injury that needs
And a young
24-hour
person.
care,
Yeah.
and a young person. So a
How
lot
old
of
was he when it
so he's 35 now. He was 21 going on 22. So to put him in a place with, you know, older people, different kind of care, you know, this doesn't really happen often. So older people maybe have strokes, and so it's not because they're old, but if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s and you have a stroke and you need to go in a facility, but him in his 20s, I knew he wouldn't survive. So we had the house converted, and, you know, we have care for him. All his caretakers are amazing. He can't eat by mouth. He hasn't eaten since his accident. We tube feed him. It's been a very...
So let's talk a little bit about the care that he gets in the home. He's involved in, he's in the TBI waiver program through New York State.
Yes.
So TBI, traumatic brain injury, for people that don't know. So tell me a little bit about that program. He's in the waiver program, and what does that offer him, or what kind of services does he receive? Everything, yeah. I know.
Quite honestly, we don't know what we would do without that program and other programs. So it enables him to have his care at home. It covers a lot of his, you know, all of his medical needs. So say all of his devices, he's entitled to a new wheelchair every 5 years, a new speech device, things of that nature. His formula that we tube feed him with is covered. Most importantly, the caregivers that take care of him are covered.
Yeah.
And being in the TBI program, he's able to go and get his therapies. He gets PT 3 times a week, OT twice a week. Now we have speech coming to the house.
So that's really his socialization.
That's his life.
That's his life.
To get stronger and to keep going to his therapies. And the Yankees, which he'll tell you.
Yeah, I heard. But, you know, so I always, when we talk to people about the care in the home, I never want to not talk about the workers, because I think people don't really give them the credit or give them the professionalism that it takes to take care of somebody like him. So
they are not workers.
They're not workers,
They are, without a doubt, my family. They care for my son. You know, I could leave and leave them with my help, and they're in the best of hands. They're amazing.
Listen, as a nurse, you know, that's always my goal.
Right.
As an agency owner as well, is that the caretakers that go to the houses become like family members to the family, because that's so important. But he requires a lot of care. So, you know, and the people that are coming to care for him, if they don't come one day,
he doesn't get out of bed. I cannot physically lift him.
Oh.
Right. So we have been blessed. It really has not happened very often where we're stuck like that. We are very, very blessed. But I can't transfer him. So, you know, I'd have to get help if someone could.
So without that care, without being within the waiver program or getting that care, you feel he would be placed in a nursing home? You'd have no choice. I don't know
where he would be. And I don't think he would have survived. And I'm not to say anything negative on facilities for him, for his needs, for his age.
Yeah. Yes. And he tells you he wants to be home.
Yes.
Right, Alex?
I want to be home.
We're talking about you, and you're here.
Yes.
No, I mean, why would it's beautiful? Why wouldn't you want to be home? Yes. But I think that that's one of the messages that I really want to bring through this show, is that people can be at home at whatever level of care. They should be, if they want to. You know, some people want to go to assisted living, some people, but if they want to be home, if they feel like home is where they're safest, and
they should have that option.
They should have that option. And a lot of people don't have that option.
Right.
So, you know, we like to highlight any level of care, whether you're an elderly person that requires 24-hour care, or you're an elderly person that requires 4-hour care,
Right.
or you're a younger person that had a traumatic brain and your options are, not even options, but if you have it available to stay home,
Yes.
we should go and do everything possible to help them stay
Absolutely.
home. Yes, I do want that message out there because,
Great.
I think people think that it's almost impossible to care for an Alex at home, and it's not impossible.
It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
the best. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he looks quite comfortable to me. And I saw his bedroom is very nice.
Yes.
So we had Alex, because he uses a voice machine, we had him write some answers to questions that we
Yes.
had. So, but you're going to read some of
So
them
I will
for him.
read. These are all Alex's words.
These are his words. So,
Yes.
Okay. So, and I read the answers and I cried at every answer.
Yes.
So I have to say, because I think what he's expressing to the public is what people in his condition, they all feel this way.
Yes.
So, see, now I'm going to cry.
And that's
I'm
one
not gonna
thing
cry.
about him. His intelligence has remained.
Yeah. He's funny as heck.
He's funny.
Can I say
he
heck?
had a sense of humor before. He's got it even more now.
Yeah.
And
So let's go with that question.
Yeah.
So one of the questions was, what is your biggest misconceptions that you see?
so these are Alex's words. The biggest misconception of individuals who have a TBI is that they are dumb. When you see people who are in a wheelchair, the first thing that comes to mind is that they are not intelligent. For me, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I get it because I used to think the same thing about people in wheelchairs before my accident. When I wasn't in a wheelchair, I used to stigmatize everyone that is in a wheelchair as stupid. Now that I have been in a wheelchair for a while, I know that is not true. I am actually super smart, and that's the biggest misconception that people have towards me, that I'm an idiot.
That kills me. Would he ever, did he graduate college?
Oh, yeah.
So would he ever go back to college or like maybe get an advanced degree? Like, does he do online
He
schooling?
doesn't.
Maybe he would.
Something to look into.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. What would you like people meeting you in the community for the first time to know?
Okay. Alex said that just don't assume that because I have a TBI and in a wheelchair that I lack intelligence. For example, when people communicate with me, they tend to scream or talk with their hands. Like I have a hard time and it's really frustrating.
It's time for a short break. We'll be right back with more Senior Care Matters after this.
Every day, home health aides travel miles across our city to care for seniors who depend on them. But too often, long commutes and poor transportation keep them from reaching those who need them most. At All Things Home Care, we're changing that. By providing subsidized rides, we take the burden off caregivers so they can focus on care, not the commute. Because when caregivers are treated with dignity and respect, our seniors stay safe, cared for, and never alone. Join us in supporting the people who care for our loved ones. Learn more at allthingshomecare.org. We all say, today is the day that we tackle the organization of our homes. The day gets further and further away, but the job never gets smaller. We can take the headache out of planning and doing. We start with a free consultation, create an action plan, and bring you the space and peace of mind you need. We help with home decluttering and organization. Restore your home to a place of comfort. Call today, 516-322-2613. Body by Peter offers a premier at-home concierge service specializing in empathetic lymphatic massage and blood circulation enhancement. We provide a range of therapies, including red light therapy, wood therapy, body sculpting, and lymphatic detoxification. Our professional and compassionate approach ensures a rejuvenating experience in the comfort of clients' homes. Servicing Manhattan, Queens, and Long Island, New York. Call today, 516-509-3825. At Reliance Home Senior Services, we believe every day shines brighter at home. As a licensed New York State-based agency owned and operated by a registered nurse, Reliance brings over 20 years of experience and personalized care right to your door. Our certified personal care and home health aides assist with bathing, grooming, dressing, medication reminders, light exercise routines, and to accompany you to appointments, all while offering companionship and a safe, caring presence. Need help navigating Medicaid? We're here for you. Our team of registered nurses and social workers offers in-home geriatric management, so both you and your family can breathe easier. And with 24/7 on-call support, bonded and insured aides, and a custom plan of care crafted just for you, we bring peace of mind right into your living room. Reliance Home Senior Services, bringing comfort, independence, and trust home.
Welcome back to Senior Care Matters. Okay, so next question. Is there a lesson that you would like to share about your ongoing TBI journey?
So Alex's response was, the lesson is that you are not invincible and something bad is going to happen if you're not safe. It's not a question of if you're really lucky, something will happen. Think about me the next time you decide to drink and drive and make arrangements to get home safely. I used to have a pretty normal life. I mean, I know that I am still extremely handsome, but so obviously a career as a supermodel is not possible now. Ha ha.
That's well, maybe you can be a supermodel. Why can't you be? I think you can.
I think you can too.
Anything is possible.
That's right. We can have you model something.
So you know what it's interesting. So Alex is responding to your answer, like the way you're answering. So when you're out there and people are talking to you and you feel that way, do you express to them that you understand what they're saying? That you don't need to speak loudly to you because you do understand that you're still you inside?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He may say something to me, and you can stop me if I'm wrong. He usually will say something to me afterwards, like, why was that person yelling? I can hear them. But occasionally, if I notice it,
You'll
if
say
it
something?
happens, yeah, and I'll kind of say it in a joking around way, like, he's not deaf. He could talk normal.
Well, I think people are scared too.
I agree.
I
They
think
don't know
people-
how. We don't know how to react.
Or that you also don't want to be insulting.
Right.
So I think people, as a way to protect themselves from not being judgmental or being rude or whatever,
Right.
they kind of act
Right.
not nice.
He just wants to be spoken to like
a normal
anybody.
person, a normal guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Okay. What advice would you give someone who is just in the beginning of their journey with a similar disability? That's actually
Okay, so Alex said, I would tell someone that is starting the journey of a TBI life is to just keep on going and trucking along. It will definitely get tough, but the longer that you push off things, the harder that you see it's going to get. Don't put off things till tomorrow. Do them today and every day.
So why don't we just take it, so when you're talking about his journey with the TBI, so your day-to-day routine looks like what? He gets up.
Okay, so can I just start from the beginning? And I get everything ready for his tube feeding and his meds, and I do all of that. And he brushes his teeth. He can't actually use toothpaste or anything like that. So again, we have our little routine. And also good to know if somebody can't tolerate toothpaste, we have a little mouthwash that we put in a cup, and he just dunks it in and he brushes his teeth with,
They have the
with my
swabs
help.
too.
And he loves that because it's a taste. And then when he's done with that, we play towel basketball with his hamper. It's a routine that we've been doing for 5 years. He tries to get the towel and he gets 3 shots. And then that usually will depend if the Yankees going to win or not, or if they're going to lose. And then usually by 8 o'clock, somebody's here and they get him out of bed and shower him and get him ready for his day. By 9:30, he's here. And then we wait, he has counselors on some days, or if he has speech. He does go out every day. So he's either going out for PT or OT. And then he is home by about 3:34. And a couple days a week, his father comes and we have a standing frame. He'll put him in that and he gets to stand and watch TV. And then usually it's back to bed by 7:30. Another tube feeding, and that's it.
Okay, so Alex, this question's for you, and I know that you pre-programmed your answers, okay? So this is your question number 6. What are some support resources or accommodations that have been most helpful to you in your journey?
One person that was instrumental in my recovery and starting to become Alex again is my mother. If it wasn't for her sleeping at my bedside in the hospital, I probably wouldn't have made it. Having aides or people who take care of me is vital, and I'm very appreciated for them. To me, they're like family.
Okay. What are some key strengths or positive qualities that you have developed or enhanced as a result of your disability?
The fact that I'm really funny has helped me with my recovery. Because if you can't laugh or find a way to poke fun around yourself, which I do often, then it's going to be a long, dreadful journey.
I think that, you know what, that has to be what gets him through, though.
Gets me through.
Because if you're not funny, or if you don't see the light in something,
Yes.
it would be very, very, very
I get my strength
different
from him.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you two together make a good team. You know, it has to be. So I have another question. Okay, so your last question, Alex. What is the focus now and hope for your future?
My number one focus is that the Yankees finally win it all. They haven't won ever since my freshman year of college at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. 2009. Wowzers, saying that just showed how old I am now. I also am extremely focused on getting stronger. Since I really don't have to worry about a job or making money, my full focus is to get stronger and have a life that is close to the one as if I didn't get in a car accident.
Amazing.
That is that's amazing. And he wrote this all himself.
Yes.
And he can write.
Don't
He
even
writes.
know how to use that machine. His amazing counselor, Charmaine, sits with him, and but he programs it all in himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Alex,
It's great because he can go on Facebook. I get an email every single
I've seen
day.
him on Facebook. Yeah.
And every morning, the first thing he does when he comes here is he emails me. He'll just email me whatever's on his mind about his day, what time he wants me to do his tube feeding, anything he wants to complain about, or he's, it's just...
So when he sends an email about me, can you share it?
Oh,
We can share it on our
I already know what he's going to say about you.
Share the email, Alex. Do a nice post on Facebook about us. Give us a shout out.
Oh, he will, trust me.
It's so funny. And I'm sitting here holding this board this whole time, but
so this is his letterboard that was actually in one of the first facilities. So I forgot how it really came about, but one of the nurses in one of the facilities said, why don't you see if he could point to some letters? And, he was really still in like a semi-conscious state for a long time, but he when he started to talk and we'd ask him a question, he would point to a letter, and we were like, wow, this is amazing. So much so within wherever we went, they were starting to make them to use them. So this is great for certain things, but this doesn't stay on all day long. He doesn't go out with it just because we want to protect it. So he uses this and he'll just answer. But you have to follow the letter. Like if he says M, he wants you to repeat it so that he knows you heard the right letter. But we have like this thing. He'll just say one thing and I already know the whole thing he's going to ask me. But
how does he communicate with his aides, though?
So the same way with this. Yes.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, because in the morning we'll put this on, if he has something to say, he'll type it out and they can hear him. But, once you are with Alex, you pretty much know what his needs are and what he requires. So we have about 20 of these in the other room, laminated and made.
So, one of the things that, again, like we was talking about, the fact that I really want to show awareness of level of care in the home.
Yes.
And how important it is to not only the individual that's going through their situation, but the family to have that person at home too.
Yes.
But in order to keep them home, you have to have full support. And I know that you recently got married.
I did, thank you.
So, that's huge.
Yes.
Because whoever marries you marries Alex.
Correct.
Whether they want to be
married.
married.
Like family to me.
Oh,
They know what
yes.
I want.
Oh, that's true.
They get to know.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So,
Yes.
finding someone that accepts and loves you is one thing, but
You're
then
right.
this situation that you're both involved
right.
in, that's huge.
Correct.
And
in the first phone call of wanting to take me on a date, I said, here's my situation, my story, my life. I'm a package. And I have to be honest, whatever the answer was okay with me. I am happy. I love my home, Alex. Every day I wake up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's good terrible. I don't mean it's terrible.
I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Alex's dad is great.
Yeah.
He's here all the time.
Yeah.
He's, all part of Alex's life.
So, God blesses us in different ways.
Yes.
So I think we have to end there. Alex, Janet, thank you so much for inviting us into your home today and showing people a little tiny bit of your lives and your story, because I do, really do believe that it impacts. There's a lot of people that are on a similar path, a similar journey, and I know this conversation is going to open up, maybe more conversations and showing how people, really should be home.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
No, I'm gonna cry
we
again.
really would not know where we would be with being able to stay home and having the care in the house. It is so important and so vital. And if you're grateful, God will give you more things to be grateful for. And that's really how we get through our day, right?
Okay. Well, again, thank you so very much. I know it's hard sometimes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time on Senior Care Matters.
I was severely injured in a drunk driving accident on January 6, 2013. I was the driver and the only person involved in the accident. I thought I was invincible getting in the car, and I never wore my seat belt. I don't remember that night, but this is what we have pieced together. I didn't intend to drive drunk. I left my car at my friend's house. At the end of the night, I was walking home and called my mom for a ride. She picked me up. After getting home, at some point I took my dad's car, I think to get something to eat. I never made it. At the scene, I went into cardiac arrest. I have a lot of angels watching over me. I should be dead. It was the worst day of my life. As a result of my accident, I have a TBI, which stands for traumatic brain injury. You should know that brain injuries affect people differently. I am lucky that my personality is the same, and I retained my intelligence. I still feel like myself. I was in a coma for months after the accident. During that time I was accepted to Turo's physical therapist program. When I cough I can produce a sound. I was in 7 rehabs during my recovery. I've learned to be more patient. I still go every day to therapy. My full-time job is to get stronger. The support system of my friends and family has been very important in my recovery.